What is trauma-informed versus trauma-trained? Hey, I'm Shelley Harrison, and I'm a professional energy healer with a specialization in trauma work, both personal and intergenerational trauma. Trauma-informed. I have to tell you honestly, I don't know what the definition of trauma-informed is. It's become a bit of a buzzword, and a lot of people, yoga teachers, therapists, are using this term trauma-informed. I'm going to make a guess at it. I would say it probably means that you have some awareness of what happens in your body and in people's bodies when we go into fight, flight, or freeze. What happens in our physiology and how to be sensitive about that. What is trauma trained? I can tell you what my trauma training is. I was trained in somatic experiencing, which I think is probably one of the original forms of somatic trauma work, developed by Dr. Peter Levine, who now has an institute where he trains, and people he's trained people all over the world in very particular and specific ways to help people discharge trauma out of your body. So this is fight, flight, freeze. It's 3 years worth of training. There's a beginner level, which happens in 3 different levels that takes a year to complete. There's an intermediate level and an advanced level. And before we get qualified as what's called a somatic experiencing practitioner, we need to take all of those trainings plus do enough personal sessions that we've embodied the work and we understand it from a personal point of view. And also a lot of what's called case consultations, which is where we talk with people who have a lot of experience in somatic experiencing about where we might be getting stuck when we're trying to help other people with the work and how we can do better. So that is my training in personal trauma resolution work. And depending on what kind of overwhelming thing that you've had happen to you, that your body, your nervous system, your emotional body hasn't been able to reprocess and is still stuck in your physical body, in your nervous system, and from my perspective as an energy healer, in your energy field, there's very particular ways to work on what we call different categories of trauma to sort of help you release that back out in a gentle way that's not going to re-overwhelm you or re-traumatize you. And I've been doing that work now for about 7 years. So, of course, my greatest teachers of everything I've learned are always the really awesome people I get to work with. And I'm also trained in intergenerational trauma, but let's save that for another talk. If you have a sense of what trauma-informed means to you, I would love to hear it in the comments, and so that I can understand better when folks are using that word, what you're meaning by it.